Ever since President Ibrahim Traore's rise into power and decision to overhaul every sector of Burkina Faso, devising possible ways to put the West African and Sahel country at a place where it can attract massive transformation is the route him and his cabinet are taking. This recent move by the captain concerning shipping that grants Burkina Faso access to global trade through Morocco's Atlantic ports needs time to look at and find out why Burkina Faso has decided to do so. This deal isn't just a deal coming on table just because it came, but it is a deal that includes a 1 in a million shift by the new government of Burkina Faso under President Ibrahim Traore. As global trade through shipping is crucial for economic development and international cooperation, facilitating the movement of goods, raw materials, and energy across the world, underpinning much of the world's commerce, with maritime transport handling the vast majority of goods traded globally. President Ibrahim Traore and his cabinet have a reason to look for all possible ways to be connected to global trade through maritime. Remember, Burkina Faso, together with the alliance of Sahel states members including Mali and Niger, are landlocked countries. It seems like we have mentioned landlocked as if it is just to say, yeah, it is usual, as different landlocked countries have long been thriving on neighbors with access to the sea and oceans. But this needs to be looked at with vigor because it involves a set of details that aren't just simple, but a bit complex. While involving two concepts, the first one may seem simple and may be a developmental plan by President Ibrahim Traore, together with the alliance of Sahel states, to boost trade globally. The second step brings out the inner important issues as to why this deal between Morocco and Burkina Faso is crucial. Firstly, Morocco's Atlantic ports are crucial to Africa's trade and development. By acting as key hubs for intra-regional and international shipping, they facilitate the movement of goods and resources, contributing to economic growth and fostering sustainable cooperative relationships within the continent. Morocco's Atlantic ports, particularly the port of Casablanca, handle significant volumes of cargo and TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units, making them vital for regional and global trade. Yes, this may sound good and simple, but before going deeper, we need to first find out how the importance of Morocco's Atlantic ports leads us to the interesting part and set as we mentioned earlier. Through Morocco's Atlantic Initiative that seeks to assist in solving potential challenges to regional leadership, towards the end of 2023, the North African giant announced this initiative aimed at providing Sahelian countries, particularly Mali, Chad, Niger, and Burkina Faso, with maritime access to the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, you are starting to get a clear picture of this move. But why Morocco dares to do such a move? Things are becoming more interesting, but how? Morocco's Atlantic Initiative seeks to transform the geostrategic landscape of the Sahel and sub-Saharan regions amid a wave of coups fueled by economic and social decline. After knowing a few details about this deal, let's get to the real burning issues for it. The Morocco-Burkina shipping deal is way more complex than just access by Burkina Faso, amidst allies Niger and Mali, to the Atlantic trade. The ongoing issue of a geopolitical shift by the three Sahelian countries, including shunning the Western powers for Eastern ones, mostly Russia and China, is a key driving force that creates complexity that involves not only Morocco and Sahel, but also having something to do with North Africa's geopolitical landscape in relation to trade with sub-Saharan Africa. Firstly, Morocco's application to join the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, faced significant opposition, leading to a postponement of the decision. While ECOWAS initially agreed in principle to Morocco's membership, strong objections from West African nations and economic interest groups, particularly regarding the impact on regional economies and political implications, ultimately stalled the process. You have heard a statement which is a bit heavy and confusing. Morocco joining ECOWAS, how? There is a reason to this. This issue lies between the rift Morocco has with Algeria. Geopolitical tensions between Algeria and Morocco are primarily driven by their conflicting views on the status of Western Sahara, a disputed territory claimed by Morocco but supported by Algeria as an independent entity. This disagreement, coupled with Algeria's support for the pro-independence Polisario Front, has led to a breakdown in diplomatic ties and a climate of mutual suspicion and distrust. Algeria cut diplomatic ties with Morocco in 2021, citing Morocco's alleged support for a separatist movement in Algeria. Morocco even reached an extent of refusal to fully engage with the Arab Maghreb Union, AMU, stemming from deep-seated political and territorial disagreements with Algeria, particularly over the Western Sahara conflict. While Morocco is a founding member, its leaders have consistently refused to attend AMU meetings held in Algiers, and Morocco has not made any concessions that would allow the independence of Western Sahara, as Algeria supports the self-determination of the Sahrawis. This is why Morocco was in dire need of joining ECOWAS, a move which was tricky and difficult to attain. This is why some believe that Morocco's failure to join ECOWAS has led to its collaboration with Burkina Faso, amidst Sahel primarily aimed at countering Algeria, which has been working diligently to isolate Morocco by collaborating with its allies to establish a small-scale Maghreb Union limited to Tunisia, Libya, and Algeria, which was announced in November 2023. But this shift isn't an easy one. This perspective is plausible, given that Algeria is likely wary of the potential repercussions of linking the Sahel region to the Atlantic, particularly on its interests in neighboring countries like Chad and Mali, which it has long considered its economic backyard. From those mentioned issues, at least you are continuously enjoying the complexity of this deal. What is interesting is that even the route from the Atlantic next to Morocco to Burkina Faso alongside Mali and Niger is a bit far. What does this mean for a Morocco we have seen trying this and that concerning security and trade? Indeed, we are just starting on the interesting story of this deal. It should be known that Morocco is cooking something concerning trade with West Africa. The proposed Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline. You have heard it right. This large-scale project is aimed at transporting natural gas from Nigeria to Morocco and potentially Europe. But someone may ask, what does this deal have to do with Burkina Faso and its Sahel allies? The pipeline, estimated at 5,660 kilometers, or 7,000 kilometers including supply branches, is designed to carry 30 billion cubic meters of gas annually, while traversing 13 African countries, including Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and others, before connecting with the Morocco-Europe gas pipeline. With this, someone may ask again, then what does it have to do with Burkina Faso's shipping deal with Morocco? With mega projects like these, Morocco appears to aspire to a central role in reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the Sahel and sub-Saharan regions, areas currently experiencing a wave of coups driven primarily by worsening economic and social conditions. The Atlantic Initiative is expected to contribute to the consolidation of political stability in the region, which could strengthen Morocco's influence in Chad and improve its relations with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger.